Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas everybody. This is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you in the month of December, since it is Christmas time and the holiday time, about The Tick, Season 2, Episode 13, The Tick Loves Santa. Wow, I haven't done a Christmas video in forever. It's been years. And so The Tick was a special part of my childhood growing up. It either came out when I was a kid or like a preteen or something like that. It was on Fox Kids, and it was a superhero comedy based on a comic book. And so, like, either before, I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, because I did a Tick rundown review of the series. I don't know if I uploaded it before the recording of this or after. So either way, I've already talked about it, or I'm going to talk about it sometime after Christmas, before the New Year's come in and stuff. And so this Christmas holiday, like I said before many years ago, I don't like Christmas specials. I hate Christmas movies. It's just not my thing. I don't like Christmas specials on television shows. Like, I hate when something's wrong with Santa and they have to go rescue him and all this other stuff. Like, it's been done to death. This one is completely different because this is a parody of superheroes and supervillains and stuff. It has a different twist to it, which I can appreciate. Basically, The Tick is kind of like The Boys, but not rated R. It's a G-rated comedy and stuff. And you can watch this video on YouTube and stuff. They used to have it on Hulu, but Hulu took it down. So, with this episode, who better to love Christmas and Santa than The Tick? When I think of this episode, I think of that one Justice League and Unlimited episode. No, it wasn't Unlimited. It was the regular Justice League series, the second season, and it was that holiday special. And Superman went home, and as grown as he is in his 40s, he believes in, Santa and stuff. So who better than The Tick? And when you watch this show, The Tick is kind of their version of Superman in a way. And so, there is one huge continuity problem in this episode. Is Arthur. In this episode, Arthur believes in Christmas. He believes in Santa. He's had many Christmases and stuff. However, they established a long time ago that Arthur is Jewish. So that don't make no sense. Either the creators forgot about it, or they simply just didn't care and wanted him to, experience Christmas with The Tick. And so with this episode, there's like this villain. I'm not sure what his name is before his accident, but he's dressed up as Santa Claus and he just robbed the place. And he gets kind of foiled by The Tick, because The Tick thinks he's Santa. And so Tick and Arthur, and I believe American Maid or something like that, they accidentally bump him into a billboard sign that's electrical. He gets straight up electrocuted. You can see his bones. Then he falls down to the pavement below into the snow. And The Tick did not want to listen to the police in the helicopter telling him, look, man, this ain't Santa. He's a robber and everything. But The Tick is a huge kid. And once his mind is set on something, you can't deter it. And Arthur later tells him, hey, look, man, it's a robber. Let's just go. He's done for. But The Tick still believes it's Santa and believe they killed Santa. Oh, The Tick. And I was like, holy crap, did they kill this guy? They straight up murdered this dude on a cartoon, a kid's cartoon. But then you see him rise up and he starts to multiply into about 5 or 6 clones of himself. But you can tell who is the prime because he has a giant M on his chest. Now, he is kind of their spoof on the Marvel character Multiple Man. Depending on which version you get. Sometimes he's a supervillain, sometimes he's a hero. But you know, multiple man can like duplicate himself. But this dude's able to duplicate himself because he got electrified. And that's the only time he can duplicate himself. And so the tick is like really, really, really upset, right? So one night when the tick is out with his other superhero friends, American Maid and all of them, all of a sudden here comes the robber, and the clones can only say ho ho ho. So the tick is thrilled thinking Santa is alive until they stampede him and start attacking. But the tick is thrilled because he thinks Santa is alive. Now, his friends can't believe as old as he still believes in Santa. The thing about the tick, you're not quite sure how old he is because nobody knows his identity. Anyways, he gets electrocuted again and multiplies again. So when Arthur and the tick are headed back to their apartment and everything, the tick has finally realized that, hey, this dude is not Santa and he's just a fraud, and he's a little upset. When they come home, they're greeted by the Secret Service elves, Santa elves. And here he comes himself, Santa Claus. Boy, the tick is thrilled that he finally gets to meet the real Santa. So is Arthur. Now, what's odd about Santa is that clearly he's alive in this universe. And he thanks the tick for being his oldest supporter. So that indicates that the tick is relative old and stuff. Probably in like his late 30s, early 40s. And I think he tells him, hey, look, man, you got to give it up. Like, you're too old to be believing in me and stuff. But it's kind of like, dude, you telling him don't believe in you, but you're real. That don't make no sense. So Arthur's all happy and excited, wants to show Santa, hey, what you gave me many years ago. Because, of course, Santa's giving gifts, and he's giving the most weirdest gifts ever. And so Arthur comes out with a BB gun rifle. It freaks the elves out, and they destroy it. So Santa decides to compensate for this and just give Arthur a pencil sharpener. So in a way, he gives them a task, talking about you have to defeat this imposter and this and that. So they're out and about and they don't know where to go, but they're just like hightailing it until Santa, this was so cool. He has a cell phone on his sled and he's able to connect to any phone in the world. So he tells them where, like, you know, this multiple man is, because the multiple man, when he was trying to talk to his clones, he told them, you know, I have to multiply myself tons and tons of times, and he's going to do it at this, I forget what, it's not a hydroelectrical thing, it's something, I forget what it is, that creates a lot of electrical energy. So it's a huge fight on their hands. And of course, Arthur's getting his butt kicked like always. The sidekick, he is such a stereotypical sidekick. He gets his butt kicked, he gets kidnapped, he's about to get thrown off something. And so the tick has to save him, right? But for whatever reason, the tick decided he's gonna rub it into one of the villains. And he puts him in a headlock and gives him a noogie. Because you know how the tick's like a Lobo type dude. But then he realizes something. Static electricity destroys the clones. So he starts telling Arthur, and the tick is just going like one after another, giving them noogies and everything like that and rubbing their heads together. But there are hundreds of them. So after he makes some friction with two of them, he throws them into a big pile of the other clones and they all like disappear. He captures the bad guy, and oddly enough, the tick breaks the fourth wall by saying, Arthur, now this has been a joyous like episode and everything. I'm just like, wait, what? The tick knows he's in a cartoon? Is he doing a Deadpool? Is he pulling a She-Hulk and everything? And he does. And as happy, as joyous as this dude is, he's thanking everybody and wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. You know, it's a fun little episode. I'm glad it's not the stereotypical Santa being kidnapped. They have to go rescue him. No, it was like this like cool action-packed thing with the villain realizing that, hey man, I can steal multiple stuff because I can like duplicate myself into hundreds and stuff. It was just like a nice, fun little episode that, you know, sometimes you don't always get to see stuff like this no more. And it's quite a shame there hasn't been like a tick revival animation style. Since the show got canceled, there's been 2 different live action series that's been about 20 years apart. The first was a live action sitcom of all things with no action, and the second one, which was on Fox, and then the second one was on Amazon Prime, and it was actually an action comic book show. But I didn't really care for either one, Tej. I was disappointed in the sitcom, and I was just disappointed in like the action series because I don't know, something was off with that and everything, you know. Bah humbug, that was a good episode. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.